This was a very tough decision. Probably one of the harder decisions that I've had to make in a really long time. But I ultimately feel at the end all result that this will only benefit me in the long run. This is the beginning of my 2-year-long no-buy. Deciding to go from a 1-year no-buy to a 2-year no-buy just happened after doing my inventory. I need to get through some of these products if I expect to think I could buy anything else. Why would I want to bring in anything else with numbers in this size? How is everybody? If you're new here, hi, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the family. My name is Rose. I'm a girl boss on a budget who loves to save money and project pan. Today's video is we are going to basically talk in depth about why I have decided to go on a 2-year-long no-buy. I will be officially starting my no-buy in the first of the year, so I'm hoping to get this video up right around that time, a little prior, a little after, we shall see. It has been a crazy month. December has been filled with just ups and downs, and we are all busy this time of year. I've had some family crises happening on top of everything. Also, in the midst of it all, I managed to finish my makeup inventory. I will have videos finishing up that series over on my channel here called Let's Break It Down, my entire makeup inventory, continuing on. So if you haven't watched any, feel free to go check it out. I will list the playlist that I have of what I have currently in the cards for you guys. Since finishing my makeup inventory and seeing in all the large numbers in each and every category that I had, it just basically caused me to reevaluate my whole no-buy. I've been planning on doing a no-buy now since I started my low buy. I officially started a low buy on August 28th of 2019 and was doing a $50 monthly budget. As long as it didn't come over $50 if I saw fit. I've been doing very well with that. Even since I started my low buy, I had, come to the decision I was going to start a year-long no buy in 2020. But since then, I have changed it from a year-long to now a 2-year-long because I have a grand total of 718 pieces of makeup. 718 pieces of makeup. And now that's not breaking down my individual, like each and every individual eyeshadow palette, like counting the shades inside. I have 123 eyeshadow palettes. Granted, it's went up since the last time because I've gotten gifted some. So the number has went up. And of course, that's going to be one of my rules I'll get into for my no-buy. I have my notes here. I'm going to go over my objectives and my goals and my rules with you guys for this 2-year no-buy starting right now with the number the size of 718, 595 other makeup products outside of the 123 eyeshadow palettes is ridiculous. And if I expect to think that I need to buy any more kind of makeup for the next couple years, I would be crazy. I know it's going to be challenging. I know it's going to come with temptation and obstacles. And the makeup industry and the beauty industry as a whole is just, it wasn't like this 2 years ago. It has since just become the monster that it is. It's all about money. I don't want to it's not that I'm going to necessarily say I'm throwing my money away, but I have enough makeup. I don't need to purchase any more for quite some time, and I want to work on getting my numbers down as a whole in the next 2 years while being on this no buy. I plan to try my hardest to use up as much of it as I can, of course, but and also maybe learn to declutter a little bit. I have such a hard time in decluttering and letting things go go because for the majority of my makeup collection, I have bought every single one of my items. Not a lot of it was gifted to me. Granted, you know, I've been getting a couple gifts from my husband lately, and it's been very sweet and very thoughtful, but the majority of it I have purchased. So it's hard for me to let go. Giveaways are one thing, but it's hard for me. So I would like to at least get that number down to, in the next 2 years, I want to try to get that number down to at least cut in half. So about 450. I don't know if that's necessarily half. It's about a little over 300, but we will get there, and I will go over my objectives and rules with you guys right now. I, you know, took some time to sit down and thoroughly think this out. I am prepared. I am also prepared for the worst, but I think overall this will be a great experience for me. I just want to save some money. I want to be able to invest in things and just live and do more life experiences rather than always constantly buying makeup. I've done very well on my low buy, and that's kind of helped wean me and ease me into doing my full on no buy, and then since changing it to 2 years, so here we are. Let's go over starting with my objectives. I've written down 6 objectives for myself, and I have 5 rules. So let's go over the objectives that I've written down. Number 1 is obviously to ultimately quit irresponsibly spending of non-essentials. No casual shopping on anything beauty related. Now, granted, that's the other thing. My no buy is solely consists of no makeup. I know some people do it like no housewares, no plants, clothes, makeup, all of that. My biggest and only weakness is makeup. Every other aspect in my life, I don't excessively spend or spend impulsively. You know, I'm a lot more smarter with my money when it comes to every other aspect of my life except for makeup. So my no buy is solely for makeup. So no casual shopping on anything beauty related. Number 2 is to save that money that I normally would spend on makeup for a more prosperous future and more life experiences like vacations, or even going out and having a date night with my husband or my family, or just any other type of experiences, and investing and saving money for just a brighter future, if that makes sense. Number 3, to live on a realistic fixed income. I do have a budget every month that we have for our total family cost, what goes out where, bills, house payment, car payments, and then money that is set aside or left aside, we are saving. So us as a family are already really good living on a fixed income, and by doing the no buy as an end all result, having more money left to save or to invest. Number 4, to find beauty and value in non-commercial endeavors. Pursue other things that aren't shopping. Find different hobbies. Like example, my project painting in my channel has become such a good hobby of mine. Starting my YouTube channel and doing project painting are really good hobbies that I absolutely love doing, and I will continue to do my project painting. And, you know, of course, my channel. I love you guys so much. You have helped me to just become a better person, and it's because of you guys on why I have kind of made this decision. This is one of the, I think, better decisions that I've made in a really long time. So I'm very proud of myself, and I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for helping me get to this point. So objective number 5 is focus on my own creativity. Get full enjoyment out of my collection instead of continually adding to it. Do more of my type of looks. I do post all my looks that I do over on my Pinterest for you guys. If you are interested in wanting to go see, I do color by number pictorials on my Pinterest of every look that I create. I try to do every look I create, but it is listed down in the description box. At the bottom of my description box, you will see my Pinterest. And you know, it's just basically to get more enjoyment out of the collection that I already own as a whole. That is the ultimate goal with that objective, and by doing this Nobuy, it will definitely help further enhance that as well. And then objective number 6 is focus on small but long-term goals, project plans, like finishing items up and trying to just lessen this number as a whole, basically. Saving money, redoing my inventory at like halfway marks. I think I'm going to do another inventory at 6 months. It just depends on my progress, on how much I actually use up and how much I finish and stuff like that. So those were my objectives. Now let's go ahead and go over my rules for my Nobuy. Rule number 1, obviously, is am I allowed to buy new makeup or skincare? Obviously, the answer is no. Rule number 2, am I allowed to replace things that break? I put yes, only if I don't already own things that will suffice in my collection, or if I don't have backups of that item or anything else to serve the same purpose. That will be the only way I will be able to repurchase something that breaks. Rule number 3, am I allowed to replenish products that I use up? I put yes, and that's the same, as long as there is nothing else that will serve that same purpose in my collection. So for example, like brow gels. If I go through my brow gel, the only way that I will be able to repurchase it is if I don't have any other brow gels, whether I like it or not. I have to use up each and every brow gel that I own entirely in my collection before I am then able to go out and repurchase another brow gel. So, and that's the same with any of it. Bronzers, you know, moisturizers. I have to go through and use up each and every one of my moisturizers. I ultimately want to just be able to have one product that I'm using and then one backup, if that. Bronzers and stuff like that, those are will be a little different. We'll get into that. Rule number 4 is, am I allowed to buy gifts? I put yes, I love buying gifts for other people and will continue to buy gifts. This will also be good for, you know, because I love to do giveaways, you guys. I love to give back to you guys, and it helps me to kind of get outside myself and think about others, which is what ultimately my recovery is about. I am in recovery, so it really helps me to be able to give back, and I will absolutely continue to buy gifts for other people. And then the last rule, number 5, is am I allowed to receive gifts? And, you know, this one I kind of went back and forth with, and should I or should I not? But I have come to the decision that I will absolutely, the answer is yes. If someone wants to be nice and buy me something, I will not decline that action. To me, it's going to be hard, you know, if somebody wants to do a nice gesture or a nice deed for me by gifting me something, I will not be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm on a no-buy right now. That's my decision. You know, I've just figured that I can't decline the action of somebody wanting to do something nice for me. Granted, I can kind of steer them towards other things if they want to gift me something. I can maybe steer them towards something else that doesn't have to be makeup related, but if it's like a total surprise type of gift like I've been receiving lately, then I can't really help that, but I'm not going to decline the action of somebody gifting me something. I have broken my makeup collection down into 3 categories, kind of like Hannah Louise Poston does. Of course, she's like the no-buy queen. I used to watch her a while back. I haven't watched her in a long time. I think she was one of the first ones that I watched where, this was even before I started considering my no-buy. I come across her channel and kind of did register with me. I really liked how she broke down her makeup collection into 3 categories. Of course, I will have her listed down below as well. And I'm going to basically categorize mine in the same way. I mean, there really isn't any other way. The girl had it down to a T as far as categorizing them. And number 1 is short-term staples, which is products that I will use up and replace possibly several times a year. You know, you want to spend less money on those types of products, such as like brow gels and brow pencils and mascaras. You know, I don't want to feel like even after my NoBuy is up or while on my NoBuy when I get to the point of needing to repurchase. So because hopefully within this 2-year span I will get to that point. I don't know yet, it's too soon to tell, but I don't want to ultimately think that, okay, you know, I've used up all of my mascaras and it's time to go repurchase. I don't want to just go out and then buy the most expensive high end of it, you know, especially in the short-term staple products such as mascaras and brow products and stuff. So I want to spend less money on those. Number 2 is long-term staples, products that will last and only have to buy them once every 1.5 or 2 years, like concealers, foundations, bronzers, etc. All of my loose products, like loose powders, to me, they last a long time in my collection. So to me, I'm willing to spend more money in this category because the price per use and per day is very low, whether it's drugstore or high end. You know, because it takes so long to use up, either way, it averages out to about the same. So it's going to take me a very long time to use up 26 bronzers. I want to say I have 22 blushes. I have such a large amount, and I'm not going to necessarily just start decluttering stuff while on my NoBuy to try to bring in new higher end products. I will not do that. I have such a hard time decluttering as it is. We will work on that together while on my NoBuy and see if I can't let go of some things. I don't know. I struggle with that. So yes, number 2 for categories is long-term staples. I want to try to eliminate and have only 1 or 2 of each of this type of category just because they do last such a long time. And then lastly, the third category is long-term pleasures, which is obviously this category includes all of the rest of, like, you know, as Hannah Louise put it, your colored cosmetics, like palettes, lipsticks, blushes, highlighters. They are long-term because each one takes so long to use up, and each one takes so long to use up because I have so many of them. Having 26 or however many it is, I'll make it pop up on the screen. Highlighters, it's going to take forever to use up. So these are considered my long-term pleasures. In theory, the cost per item in this category is very, very low. Even for like a Natasha Denona palette. The number of looks I can get out of that palette and or the amount of use I can get out of the high-end lipstick brings the cost per use down per day very, very low compared to other types of makeup. If I use them consistently until I use them up, and this will only happen if I don't have large collections. Like from category 1, the theory only holds water if I'm planning to get total use out of these products. To use them and use them up and use them consistently. And that can only be possible if I don't have large collections of these types of products already, which I do. So if I brought in any more types of products into this category and I do buy another palette or another lipstick, then that item will be, and it will go into rotation and not into everyday use, and therefore the cost per use will be much higher. And, you know, I have to accept that due to the amount that I already own, buying a new color cosmetics will always be an indulgence, as Hannah said. And it can never be considered a good investment. Any eyeshadow palette, lipstick, highlighter that I buy going forward will be a treat, you know, like treating myself just because of the high amount I have of this category. Not spending money on a useful thing. I'm not investing in my face or in my collection. It's like a ticket to Disneyland or a day at the spa. I'm choosing to drop that money on a treat. The experience of using that thing. If I buy any eyeshadow palettes after my NoBuy, I am treating myself to something that I don't need, obviously. Because color cosmetics take such a long time to use up, This is also the category out of the three that is the most prone to just continue to grow. So this is the one that I have to be most careful about. Category 3 is it is the most dangerous. It is the most bloated part of my collection, and if I add something to this category, I need to do it very, very carefully, because of the large numbers that I have. In each one of my categories, I have large numbers. So that was the eye-opening experience for me to decide to change my Noboy from just a year to 2 years. And who knows what happens in 2 years from now if I decide to continue it even further. I don't know yet. The future is foreseeable at this point, and it is unknown, but only thing I do know for certain with my rules and my objectives and my categories. Thank you so much, Hannah Louise Poston, for filming that amazing video about the categories. It was such an eye-opening experience, and it was very useful, very informative, and I wanted to, of course, include it in my Nobuy and my Nobuy video as well for my subscribers. It is such a very great theory and using it and looking at your makeup collection from a different perspective, and I can really appreciate that. So we are in this to win this, you guys. I am so very excited, but I am so also nervous because, it's going to come with challenges. New makeup releases come out 2 to 3 times a day anymore. There's something new coming out right now as I'm speaking, I'm sure. So it's going to come with obstacles and temptations. I need to just learn to, if I see something that's coming out that I am interested in, go back in my collection and try to dupe that newer thing. I see a lot of people do this, but I have not done that yet. Maybe I could start something like that here on my channel as well. If you guys are interested in something like that, please comment down below and let me know, and maybe we can, do something like that as well in the future. But I'm ready for this. Hopefully this doesn't steer a lot of you away, because I won't be doing new hauls and stuff, which I feel that the most of you guys who are already subscribed pretty much know that I am a project painting channel entirely, whole through and through. I can do some get ready with me's if you guys would be interested. Please feel free to leave me a comment down below and let me know what some of the other types of videos you might be interested in seeing from me. It's because of you guys that I continue going forward, and you guys will help keep me accountable on my Nobuy, and I'm just ready. I'm more than ready, and I am prepared, and it's going to come with challenges, but I'm ready to take it on, you guys. So that is everything for now. I will check back in with you guys on a month from this video going up to, of course, do updates on this as I would any other type of other project pan or video. I want to make sure to check in with you guys monthly, or at least every couple months. It might not be every month. We'll just see how it goes. If I feel like I'm being triggered or having a hard time, I will post and I will upload and talk to you guys about it, because you guys will be the ones that will help me get through this. That is everything, you guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until my next video, everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Bye.